DreAllDay.com.
What we're doing right now is we're going to talk about the process of how I published so many videos to YouTube over the last 10 years or so, because a lot of people are always asking me this question. Coach Kev B, what up? Tiger Yoda from Australia, Dustin Mobley, Mr. Underdog. So I'm going to talk about the whole process. Janet, what's up? We're going to talk about the whole process of where it came from, how I started, why I started doing it, and exactly what I'm doing. Because I get people always email me like, yo, what kind of camera you use? What you use to edit your videos? Like, do you know what you're going to say? I ain't mad at you. What's going on? Where y'all checking in from? Tell me where y'all coming from and your real name. If your screen name is too hard to pronounce, I'd rather know your real names and make me easier to respond to what you're saying. DC Unit, what's going on? Deep 15P. So I want to talk about the whole process. Why I started doing it. Dallas, Texas. Marcella, what up? Central Jersey. Prince from Chicago. Jesse. Washington State. C. Hangol. Dream Chaser from Brooklyn. Texas. Javier, Texas. Recon Master, what up? If you're watching this on replay, I'm shouting out the people in the comments. Y'all can see that. If you're watching this on replay, I appreciate you too, because I know everybody can't watch it at the same time. Deep from Orlando, DC from Arizona, Ford Basketball from Toronto. All right, Meru 96 just came in. What up? So I'm gonna explain to y'all what the process was with YouTube. So for those of you who don't know, I done published like over 4,700 videos to YouTube. Dustin, what up? PI Tour SW. I published over 4,700 videos to YouTube, one video every day since 2009. Tiger said he got school in 3 minutes. What school you go to that's open on Sundays? You got school on Sunday? Y'all must be smart wherever you at. They got school every day. But look, I got over 4,000 videos on YouTube. Started in 2006. I started doing it every single day around 2009. The reason why I started, I want to tell y'all, no, this is not actually the tracker ball. This is a Wilson NCAA ball. I got this from my people at the Whistle up in New York. Last time I was up there a couple months ago, and they gave me this basketball. I was like, they was like, yeah, Dre, what size you wear? They gave me this bag with all this stuff in it, right? So this dude, he was like a newer guy. He goes in the office. He goes in the back room. He was like, Dre, I'm gonna get you a yeah, Tiger, I got that link. I got it actually open on my computer right now. It's called, and I'll tell you, I'll prove it to you that I got it open. It's called Emmaus, EMMAUS Christian College. I got it right here. I'm looking at the website right now with the little blue tree. I'm looking at it. So yeah, I do got that information. I appreciate you sending that. So the guy, he was like a new guy at the Whistle Sports. It's like a YouTube multi-channel network in New York. He's like, Dre, what size you wear? I'm gonna give you a goodie bag to take with you, because I just stopped by. I just happened to be in New York. I was near their office, so I went by. So he gave me this goodie bag, right, with all this stuff in it. And I didn't really look at it. I was like, I had a t-shirt, it had like a selfie stick or some shit. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, cool, this is nice. I take it home, I take it with me back to the hotel, put it in my bag, get home, I look at this stuff, and I'm holding the basketball. I remember I was talking to my girl, I was like, yeah, they gave me this basketball, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, this is a girl's basketball. They gave me a girl's basketball. It's a 28.5. Those of you who know basketball, this is a women's size basketball. So, and then I text my guy, Dash, up at the Whistle. I'm like, yo, y'all gave me a women's basketball. And then the t-shirt, they gave me a Whistle Sports t-shirt. It was a women's t-shirt. So I'm like, yo, this dude went in the wrong room. He went in the female room and gave me a female goodie bag. And so I told them, and they ain't sent me a new t-shirt yet. They printing some out. But this is a women's basketball. I just keep it sitting next to my desk. But I do have the Wilson Connected ball. I did a review on that ball this past week on YouTube. So if you didn't see that, just go look it up. Look on my Facebook page. It's Facebook.com/work on your game. But anyway, with YouTube. So I started on YouTube. For those who don't know, just the backstory. I went to my first professional exposure camp in 2005, 10 years ago. And I played well at that camp, and they put the camp video, because now if you go to a camp, the game video is like digital. You can download it off YouTube or Google Drive or Dropbox. Back then, we used to put video on this thing called a VHS tape. Y'all know what a VHS tape is? I know some of y'all know what it is. Some of y'all might not know what a VHS tape is. But anyway, we put footage on a VHS tape. I had the footage on VHS, and I'm like, this footage is like gold to me. That was like my whole career right there. All right, so y'all know what VHS tape is. That footage was like my whole career right there. Like if something happens to this tape, it might as well be that I didn't even do it. So I went to this camp, I played well, like I had a couple dunks, I had all these highlights. I was one of the top 5 players at that camp. They didn't do a top 5, but I was one of the top 5. You just got to take my word for it. So I had it on VHS. I was like, man, I need to do this. Yeah, Be Kind Rewind, like Blockbuster Video. Y'all remember Blockbuster out of business now, but that used to be that was when they came out. That was like we was like, wow, you could go rent a video and you don't have to buy it. we didn't. Anyway, that's a different story. But anyway, I went to an audio-visual store with this VHS tape. Camp was in Orlando. I lived in Philadelphia. Went to an audio-visual store, got it put on a CD. I took the CD, put it in a desktop computer, and I put it on this brand new video website that a few people had mentioned. It was called YouTube.com. This is when YouTube first started. YouTube came out in 2005. So I put the video on there probably the next year, like 2006. And I only put it on there because I just wanted to safe keep it. I didn't care if anybody saw it. Didn't nobody know me. I didn't have no type of career. I didn't have no name. I didn't have no brand. I didn't have nothing. So I was like, nobody's going to see this video. And even if they do, nobody's going to care because they don't know who I am anyway. But what happened was about a month or two later, I just went on YouTube just to watch my own video because the only reason I put it on YouTube is just so I have footage. So if somebody asked me, yo, let me see your game film, I can send them a link instead of having to make a copy of a VHS tape and mail it to somebody. So I went on YouTube and I saw a whole bunch of people in the comments like, yo, you pretty good. Like, who you play for, where you come from, where you playing at now. And I was just start responding to the comments and people would say stuff like, yo, can you make a video on how to dribble? Can you make a video on how you work on defense? Can you make a video about shooting jump shots? So I just said, basically I said to myself, because at the time I didn't even own a digital camera. So just to give y'all an idea what the world was like 10 years ago. We didn't have cameras on our phones. All you could do on the phone was call people and text them. So about a year later, probably around 2007, I got my first digital camera. This is like a $90 digital camera. I didn't even pay for it. I got it as a birthday gift or something. I finally just started taking that camera with me to the gym because I was going to the gym every day already. I said, if I'm going to the gym every day, why not just bring this camera with me and just film myself working out every day? Because when I used to be in the gym working out, I used to do stuff. I'd be like, damn, I wish I had a camera so I could get this on film so people could believe me when I say I be doing this stuff. I'm in the gym working out by myself. So I'm like, man, I wish somebody could see this. I wish there was a way I could record it so I actually have it. So I got my first digital camera in 2007 and started taking it to the gym with me every day, just recording my workouts. So the same stuff that y'all see today with my workouts when I'm in the gym just working out by myself is the same way that it always was. I mean, there's new skills, but it's the same way it always was. I was already in the gym. I said, let me just record it. Let me just go in the gym and record what I'm already doing. So that's what my first YouTube videos was. Just me in the gym doing the things that I had been doing already up to that point. And after I did about 7-8 videos the first year on YouTube. So understand, nobody was taking YouTube seriously back then. At least I wasn't. Not anybody I knew about. There were no YouTube content marketing strategies. There was no money to be made on YouTube because Google hadn't even kicked in what they was going to do yet. There was no business attached to YouTube. YouTube was a place where you put some stupid video, somebody getting hit in the nuts with a football, or your 2-year-old son did something funny, or the cat jumped up on the drapery. That used to be what YouTube was. It wasn't no business thing like it is now. So what happened was probably around 2008, I went to Montenegro. I came back from Montenegro in the spring of 2008. I had my camera and I'm like, man, I just going to work on my game because I knew I was going to get another deal. So I just started working on my game. I did this campaign. It's called Live This Summer or Die This Summer. So I just made a whole bunch of videos. I was working out. I just used that as the theme. It didn't really mean anything. I used it to motivate myself, really. So I was like, I'm just keep putting out videos with this theme because everybody was hearing it and they liked what I was saying. So I just kept making videos with that theme. I made a whole bunch of videos that summer on the court, off the court, working out. And still I wasn't taking YouTube seriously. I make a video every 2 weeks, every 2 months, every 3 months. Whenever I got around to it. I remember 2 of my most popular videos that made me really popular when I first started on YouTube was called Ball Handling Drills Part 1 and Ball Handling Drills Part 2. Those videos was each 10 minutes long. I was in this big gray concrete room. It didn't even have a basketball hoop. It was a hard floor. It was like for, what's that game you play where it's 2 people in the room and y'all hit the ball with a racket against the wall. Like one person hits the ball, then the next person got to hit the ball. What's the name of that sport? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Racquetball, right? Racquetball. So it was like a racquetball room, but it was a concrete racquetball room. So I would go in that room. It wasn't nobody playing racquetball because it was in the apartment complex that I lived in. They had a racquetball room. Why, I don't know, because nobody ever used it. I went in there and just made it my basketball room. So I just went in there, recorded myself working on my handle, working on my shot. Well, I couldn't work on my shot because there wasn't no court, but working on my handle. And I recorded these videos. I had like 2 hours worth of video, and I never even edited the video. I didn't edit that video. Coach Kev said he remembered those drills. Yeah. And here's the thing about those videos. I recorded those videos like 3 months before I even put them out on YouTube because I didn't care about it. YouTube was not something that I was taking serious. Nobody cared about YouTube. So I eventually put that stuff out, and then it caught on and got like, I think they both over 100,000 views to this day. But those became two of my most popular videos at the beginning. Then in 2009, what happened is YouTube started this thing called a partner program. And somebody forwarded me an article about this Asian girl. This Asian girl who we now know, her name is Michelle Phan. She was like one of the biggest names on YouTube. She was making money off making YouTube videos. And she was talking about makeup. And somebody said to me, like, Dre, you be making them little basketball videos. Why don't you, maybe you could make some money in the partner program. Because YouTube, Google had just at that time, when they had the partner program. For those of you who don't know what the partner program is on YouTube, is very simple. If you watch a video on YouTube and there's an advertisement on the video, somebody's making money from that. YouTube's making some money, and the person who made the video is making some money off that video. Very simple. So that's what the partner program was. Google bought YouTube for like $1.6 billion a year after YouTube came out. So those people got rich. James Bueno, Ash Kardashian was going on. Keep hitting the hearts, y'all. Everybody who's in the room, please continue with the hearts. Please continue to support with the hearts and swipe to the right, share this on your feeds. So once Google wanted to make its money back. You spend $1.65 billion buying into a company, you need to make some money back, right? You can't just be throwing around $1.6 billion just for fun. So Google introduced the partner program. They said basically we're going to put advertisements on, in front of, before the videos, after the videos, during the videos, next to the videos. And if you're on YouTube watching this, you can see the ads that's probably next to this video right now. On every video that you watch, there are advertisements. YouTube just came out with this new thing where you pay every month. You don't have to see ads. But for the last 10 years, there's been ads on the videos. So 2009, right? The hearts, Mr. Underdog, is just a way of supporting the speaker. So that's all you're doing. You're supporting me by tapping the hearts. And when other people see the hearts, it's kind of like social proof. When they see I got a whole bunch of hearts, they're like, this dude must be saying good stuff. That's the reason why he got so many hearts. So you're supporting me and giving me social proof to everybody else who don't know about Working Your Game University. What's going on, Malik? Malik from ShopRite. What's going on? But look, so here's the thing. Google put out this partner program. At first, they would only invite people. They would come to you and be like, hey, do you want to be part of our partner program? They had never come to me. But then what happened is they opened it up where anybody could apply for the program, because there was so many people getting on YouTube. They was like, there's no way we can identify everybody who's good. Let them come to us and we'll just decide, because they got so popular that they could start picking and choosing. Instead of them having to go after people and convince them to do it, they could let other people come to them. So in 2009, I applied for this partner program. And I was like, man, this is great. I play basketball every day. I go to the gym every day. I can actually have control of this because nobody has to sign me to a contract. I don't have to get a job. I don't have to fly overseas. And I can just make money. I could become a billionaire just making YouTube videos every single day. I'm like, this is perfect. So I go on YouTube.com. I click on the partner program, fill out all the information. I submit the application. It was like, you're going to hear back from us within 24 to 48 hours. I was like, yes, I'm about to get rich. I couldn't even sleep that night. Next day, I got a response. Denied. YouTube denied me the first time I applied for the partner program. Do y'all believe that? So I'm like, why did I get denied for the partner program? And they wouldn't tell you. This is the thing about the partner program. They wouldn't tell you why you got denied. So it was very vague criteria. So I looked around on Google to see if I could find some information about it. Nobody had any hardcore information because they didn't tell you. So one thing I realized that I had a whole bunch of videos that had music in the background that wasn't my music. So I knew that was like copyright infringement, but that was before how it is now. Now if you put out a video that has music in the background, it's not yours. They catch it within like a day. But back then they didn't have all those checks and balances in place. So when they looked at my channel, they saw these videos. I might have a Jay-Z song, a Nas song in the background, a 50 Cent song. So that was probably one of the reasons why they denied me. So I had to delete like 20 of my videos. I deleted off YouTube. And these 20 videos had a combined like 1 million or 2 million views. I had to delete those videos because they had music in the background. So those videos y'all will never even see because I didn't have the raw footage. So anyway, I deleted all those videos. I applied again because you had to wait 60 days. If you apply once, you got to wait 60 days before you apply again. So I deleted all the videos that had music, and I said, what can I do? Here's the thing. This is the number one thing y'all should get from this, at least from this section of the video, is that I had to come up with what is something that I can say to YouTube? Because when you fill out the app, you put your name, your channel name, how many videos you got, what type of content you made. Then it was like this big paragraph box. You know, when you fill out those forms online, it asks you like name, phone number, email. And then there's one big paragraph box, and it's like, is there anything that you would like to tell us other than what you told us? So it's basically free form. You can say whatever you want. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So when it got to that box, I was like, I need to be able to put something in this box that compels them to say, wow, this guy is unique, this guy's interesting, this guy's doing something that nobody else is doing. And this is something that I talk about all the time when it comes to building a brand. You got to be able to say something that nobody else can say, you know, I'm doing the same thing. I need to be able to say something that made me unique. So in that box, this is the idea I came up with. This is, mind you, this is around this time of year, but in 2009. I'm like, what if I go to the gym every day? What if I put a video on YouTube every single day? That'd be great. But here's the problem. It sounds like a great idea now, right? And it seems pretty simple now because a lot of people do it. But here was the problem back then. Nobody was doing it, number one. Number two, I didn't think I had enough ideas about basketball to make a video every day. I was like, man, I'm going to run out of ideas in like 3 weeks. I don't know 365 different things that I can say about basketball on video. This is crazy. I'm going to run out of content. I don't know how this is going to work, but I said it anyway. I just said it, you know, is over promise and over deliver. You ever hear the phrase under promise and over deliver? There's this guy named James Altucher. He says, don't do that because everybody's under promise. If you under promise, nobody's going to be excited about what you're going to do. But over promise and then over deliver on the over promise. So that's what I did. I didn't know I was doing it, but that's what I did. I over promised that I would make videos every single day. So what I did is write down all the ideas that I had. I wrote them down on my phone, all the ideas I had. And each day I would try to record at least one of those ideas. So I started making videos, and what happened was, and somebody was asking me why we do the hearts here on Periscope. So y'all please keep hitting the hearts. I appreciate it so much. What happened was, as I started making these videos, people like all of you right now would leave comments on the videos like, yo, that's good. What about this? Can you make a video about that? Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? So I would take all the comments from people on YouTube and I would start making videos about what people were saying in the comments. The same thing I do to this very day. That's why I say I like when people ask me questions where I'm like, you know, I need to make a whole video about that question. So I started making videos about whatever people were saying in the comments, and that's how it kind of kept duplicating itself. And I eventually came up with a process for when I'm going into the gym, because people always ask me this. So just now to answer the questions, actually, before I answer the questions, let me tell you the rest of the story to catch up to 2015. I kept making videos every day. I applied to the partner program again. It took them like 60 days to respond to me. They didn't say nothing. And I kept making videos. Eventually they replied. They said, Dre, congratulations. Welcome to the YouTube partner program. And this is back when you had to apply. Nowadays, everybody's a quote unquote partner because they just put ads on your video without even asking you, right? You can put a video on YouTube. They're going to put ads on it whether you want to or not. So anyway, I got into the partner program. You know, the rest is history now. Here we are, 2015. I'm approaching 5,000 videos on YouTube. Again, I'm the content king of the internet. I don't care who you name. Nobody could go against me when it comes to that. So people ask me all the time, yo, Dre, like, what's your process? How do you make the videos? First question people ask is, do you know what you're going to record before you go in the gym or before you start making videos? Answer to that question is yes. Always. I always know what I'm going to record before I start recording. Before I turn on Periscope, I already know what my video is going to be about. Before I turn on my camera, if I go to the basketball gym and I start recording, before I get to the gym, I already know what I'm going to record when I get there. I already know what I'm going to be doing that workout. And mind you, it's not all about recording. It's about me working out. But I already know what I'm going to work out. I already know how I'm going to film it. I already know what I'm going to do with it. So when I get home, I don't think there's an application process to the partner program. Someone's asking me, Trey Tom asked me in the comments. I don't think so. So what happens now, once I record the video, let me answer some basic questions people always ask. What kind of camera do I use when I record? I use a Sony. It kind of looks like a GoPro. That's the camera that I use now. Kind of looks like a GoPro where it's no viewfinder, so you can't see what it's recording, but it has a wide lens, so it kind of sees very widely. That's the camera that I use now. If you look at the video I put out for the Wilson X Ball, I use that camera, but I got more than one camera. I also have used a Flip HD camera, Flip Mino camera. I've used like this cheap ass, like the first camera I ever had was like a Sony something. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even have it no more. Now when I record these videos where I'm talking, I use my iPhone 6 Plus. That's an HD camera, and that's it. I don't have any lighting systems. I got a $20 lavalier clip-on mic right here. I got this from Amazon.com. As you can see, I'm not even using it right now. So that's all the equipment that I use. As far as I do know exactly what I'm going to record all the time. I always write down my ideas for recording. So when I have an idea, something that I'm going to record, I write it down. Whether it be an off-the-court commentary video or on the court, I always got all my ideas written down. So I got a couple thousand ideas that I haven't even recorded yet. Not 1,000, let's say a couple hundred ideas that I haven't even recorded yet. Once I record it, how do I edit? What's my process once I had the footage? So I keep all my raw footage. So everything I've ever recorded in the gym, I have a copy of it. I never delete my raw footage. I always keep I never use a selfie stick. I'm anti-selfie stick. All right, do not use selfie sticks under any circumstances. So no, you will never see me holding a selfie stick, all right, unless I'm throwing it in the trash. All right, now as far as editing the videos, I used to use Windows Movie Maker when I had a PC. Now I have a MacBook Pro, so I use iMovie. iMovie comes with a MacBook Pro. I think I bought an advanced version, like the newer version of iMovie is like $20 off the App Store on the computer. So that's all I use, iMovie. I've never used Final Cut Pro. I am not an editor. I'm an amateur video editor. So that's something that people ask about, editing the videos. Listen, I got 4,000 plus videos online. I'm an amateur when it comes to editing. So do y'all understand that? When I'm on the court, do I use 2 different cameras for some of the videos? No, I've never used 2 cameras at the same time. It's always 1 camera. A flip phone, I don't know what a flip phone is. So the answer to that is no. As far as editing is iMovie, I taught myself how to edit. I taught myself how to put the transitions in. I taught myself how to chop the video up. I taught myself how to do voiceovers. I taught myself how to put the music in the background. It's all very simple, basic stuff. I don't do any high level editing. I'm not a professional editor, and that's why when I get on the camera and talk like this, I got so good at this that I don't even have to edit this. When I put this out, all I do is I chop up the part where I first am hitting the button, and then when you see me reaching for the camera to turn it off, those are the only things I got to edit. Everything else is already done. I might turn up the lighting a little bit so the light's better and the sound is better. That's it. He says some on the court look HD and some don't. Malik says some videos look HD and some don't. Yeah, that's because I use different cameras, not at the same time though. So I've used different cameras at different times, just depending on what I want to use that particular day or in that period of time. But I never use 2 cameras at once because that's too much editing, and I ain't no editor again. So all my editing is straight amateur. What y'all gotta understand about putting out content is not about how well it's edited. This ain't no movie. You didn't pay $20 to go see a motion picture. You're paying for the content. You're not even paying. You're paying attention for the content. So that's what I mean. So it's the content that's the key. It's not your editing skills. Because if you edit some bullshit content, nobody's going to watch it anyway. But if you got some good content that's not well edited, people still going to watch it. When I used to have a cheap-ass $90 camera, when everybody started using HD, I still had the $90 joint. People were still watching my videos because I had content that nobody else could deliver. So that's an important thing that a lot of people stop themselves. They think, well, I can't edit. I don't have a good camera. Listen, you already got a camera. You ain't got to be able to edit. So now you have no excuse. So I use iMovie. Once I render the videos, I keep copies of everything. Every video I ever put on YouTube, I have a copy of on an external hard drive somewhere saved. I never just depend on it staying on the internet, because if YouTube got hacked and the whole website shut down tomorrow and every video got disappeared, what would everybody do? I already got all mine. I put all 5,000 up the very next day because I already got them. So I keep copies of everything finished. I keep copies of everything raw. I use iMovie for talking videos. I use a Sony camera. I don't know what kind of Sony. Don't ask me. I'm sorry. I can't answer that question. As far as what the detail, the model number and all that, it don't matter. I don't use high-tech cameras. Let me tell you something. As far as the content, the materials that I use to record videos, I have never spent more than $125 on any one piece of equipment. Nothing. I've never spent more than $125 on a camera. I never spent more than, on a tripod, I never spent more than $20. On a gym membership, I ain't never spent more than, what, $50 a month at the most. So I don't spend a lot of money on the equipment. The equipment is not what matters. What matters is the content. If you got good content, people are going to watch your videos. So does anybody have a question? And mind you, if you watch this on YouTube or on replay, obviously I can't take your questions. If you're on YouTube, leave them in the comments. But those of you who are watching right now live on Periscope, anybody have a question about the process of making videos? Is there anything that I left out? Because I want people to know exactly what the process is. I get a ton of questions about this. Was there ever a time I worked out, had a job, and school? Yeah, college. How did I manage? I just made it work. Do I have a certain company that supports me? Yeah, Work on Your Game Enterprises supports me. At college was the time I had a work-study job, basketball, Swish NBA. I appreciate you. I see you in that orange. Can we get 10,000 Swish? I mean, can you go faster? I mean, 5,000 is great, but can you step it up to 10,000? I would appreciate it if you could. How do I deal with fake people? I don't deal with fake people. So there is no how to. Anybody else have a question about the process of recording videos and publishing to YouTube? I'm here to answer your question. So if you got a question about the process of recording, anything like that, how are you able to use music not on iTunes in your vid. Because I had people who make music who came to me and said, "Yo, Dre, I got some music that you can use for your videos." And I told them that you got to write out some paperwork and sign it that says I'm allowed to use your content. They wrote it, and I started using their music. They sent it to me. They came to me because they wanted to get their stuff seen. Do I ever get people to ask me why I'm recording myself playing? No. Nobody ever asked me. How long does it take to upload a vid? It depends on the speed of your internet connection wherever you're uploading at. That's the only determining factor. How did I edit the NBA move of the night? Oh, that was video that I stole off NBA's YouTube channel. And the reason I stopped doing it is because the NBA started flagging my videos, so I couldn't do it no more. Who designed my website? Me. Work on your game. Me. Dre Baldwin Design, DreAllDay.com. Why am I wearing a Heat jersey in my intros? Why not? All right, who else got a question about the process of recording YouTube videos? I'm answering all questions, but you got to bring the question so I can answer it. If you don't ask, you can't get answered. Who got a question about the process? Did I played for them? No, I did not. All right, what's your question? Malik said he has a question. Anybody else who is watching this now, I appreciate the hearts. I love seeing all the colors. I like seeing a variety of colors in the hearts because that means it's multiple people hitting the hearts. I see the red, the pink, the turquoise, and the orange. Whoever those people are, y'all are killing it right now. I appreciate what y'all doing right now. We trying to get we had 250,000 hearts already, 250,000. Our next step is 500,000. Well, have I recently ate? James, where you be coming up with these questions? Look, we asked you a question about the process of making YouTube videos. All right, so what did I do to design that website? I just found a design that I like. I came up with a color scheme. All that stuff took years. I'm going to talk about a website in a separate one, but that's a good question. When did I increase my brand to New York? Because I would really love to buy some in my area. What do you mean? I don't understand. He said, when I'm using my phone, do I use a tripod? Yeah, I use like a tripod, a phone tripod. So there's a camera tripod and there's a phone tripod. If you go on Amazon.com right now just to get an idea of what I'm using, search iPhone tripod and you'll see what it looks like. So when I do the one-on-one videos, how to edit out the misses, walking around, etc. You just chop it off. You chop off the parts that's not relevant. Or you can just put the whole video up. Sometimes I put the whole video showing the whole walking around, the check balls, the ball goes out of bounds, the rebounds. Sometimes I put the whole thing and sometimes I chop it up. Putting the whole thing is easier because it's much less editing. Chopping it up takes time. That shit is a time investment. When will I produce my brand in New York? I still don't understand what you mean by that question. My brand is already worldwide, Janet. Where you live? My brand is everywhere. New York, Philadelphia, Serbia, Czechoslovakia, Finland, Australia, the North Pole, the South Pole, China, Korea. You know, China doesn't even have YouTube, but if they took my views from China's video sites, I'll probably have 100 million views right now. How can you generate revenue from YouTube videos? You got to put out stuff that people want to watch. The real Mason. You got to put out stuff that people want to watch. Hong Kong, Hong Kong is a separate entity from China. So they have YouTube, but China itself does not have YouTube. What are cases for other phones going to come up like Android, recent Apple phones? You asking me? How am I supposed to know that? I ain't no tech guy. I have no idea the answer to that question. I don't even understand what you're asking me. But in China, I looked up video sites that's in China, and I see my videos. They download my videos and put them on the China's websites. They put them on the Chinese video websites. I got so many views in China, it's crazy. But I can't speak Chinese, so if y'all know somebody who speaks Chinese and English fluently, we're going to try to take control of that situation. However, knock down the camera while I'm playing ball, hell yeah. I've lost some cameras by getting them knocked down by the ball, and the camera died. I killed the camera because it fell from like 5 feet. You can't drop a digital camera from 5 feet above and it keep working. Somebody posted a question, I missed it. Anybody else have a question as far as the process for recording YouTube videos, building your channel, how you come up with content ideas? If you got a good question, ask it. Have I ever airballed a free throw? Yeah, I'm sure sometime, but that's not really relevant. So, all right, I'm only taking relevant questions to the topic now. For working your game stars, when are the phone cases for Android coming out? Okay, now I understand the question. I don't know. That's not really a big area of emphasis for us. So I don't know if we're even going to do that. Because if we do it, we produce that, we got to be able to sell a certain amount. You understand? How long does it take to upload a vid? Somebody already asked me that question. It depends on the speed of your internet. It has nothing to do with anything else. Just the speed of your internet. Ever thought of an app for smartphones? Yes, I thought of it several times. We working on one. It's just a process because you got to get the right people to do it. You got to get it built out the right way. You got to get the right costs. You got to get it looking the way that you want it to look. Because I could put out a bullshit app right now that wouldn't cost nothing, but y'all wouldn't appreciate the app because it wouldn't have any value. For an app to do everything I want it to do, it got to be built by the right people. It got to be built the right way. There's a certain cost involved, and it just got to be done right, and that takes some time. Making an app is not an overnight process. It's also not a cheap process. Anybody else got a question about the process of YouTube videos going once, going twice, sold? This is Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, head of Working Your Game Enterprises Empowerment Expert by Trade. I will come back maybe later with another video, maybe not, but y'all know where to find me. I got the notifications on anyway. Work on your fucking game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day.